Greetings, Speed Gaming 2. Welcome in to the Swiss Round 3 for the 2024 Winter Z1R tournament. I am going to be one of your hosts tonight, PDX Rex. With me on tracking is Malcure, and my co-coms today is going to be Neo No Name. Neo, how's it going today?
It is going great, Rex. How about yourself?
Not doing too bad. I'm looking forward to this matchup here. We've got MrDunlo on the left and Late Bit on the right. And while we get waited for them to get started, I'll give you a little bit of background here. We are in the 1-1 matchups here. Late Bit took a win over Bless B in week 1 and then took a loss to Stags in week 2, while MrDunlo also got a week 1 victory over Sharky, but was down by Ice Blue in week 2. These guys have 5 common races. Dunlo is up 3 wins to 2. But with the last race, Late Bit won between them on February 6th.
That is a lot of background and a lot of data leading into this. I love that though. Data is king. And so this is going to make for a really exciting matchup. Right? Anything that we have going on right now in the 1-on-1 bracket, there's a lot of really good racers. There's a lot of really good racers in all the brackets at this point in time, or in all the tiers, so to speak, over in the Swiss rounds.
Yeah, going 2-1 really puts you in a good place to make the top 64 bracket. A 3-win Swiss will guarantee your entry into the big dance. We do have a couple 2 and 4s that might squeak their win, depending on how this all shakes out. But getting a second win here in week 3 definitely gets your foot pretty well into the door.
Yeah, that's getting you right into guarantee territory. But there's with these flag sets that we've been running in this tournament here, there's been a lot of, let's call them upsets, right? And what we've been seeing, it's a little crazy. The fact that there's random Triforce numbers that we can be running into, there's items that are guaranteed more or less in every single dungeon. There's a bunch of different stuff over here in the flag sets, which I think we're gonna get to in just a moment. Dunlop with a reset, and oh my goodness, that's Wizrobes on the Overworld.
Yeah, I just want to give a special hey out to the Swedish viewers here. Get your hey-heys in chat. And everybody else here tuning in with us tonight. Glad to have you guys all here, and let's get into the action.
All right.
So we got a level 1 right here on Latebit's side. A nice Pepto-Bismol pink.
Nice and early level 1. Early key, too, which is great. And let's see how far we can traverse in there.
I wonder if Dunlow's going to do some rupee farming here, since we are 1 room in.
Ooh. But it looks like we're either going to be spending that key, or we're going to be going and getting stopped by a ladder block in a Chevy room over there. Oh, we are doing rupee farming.
Oh, we are getting a little farm. I like that. You want to get maybe a little bit of, if candle rolls low into the 40s, you might want to get a couple extra bucks here for free off that rupee boss.
Yeah, and let's touch on that from the flag set that we're looking at here today again too. Is the extra candles, which by the way are just fantastic when you can go find them at a Take Any. Extra candles are off. You are finding that candle and you are buying that candle here tonight. So if it's cheap, great. If it's expensive, less great.
Yeah, and it might roll into an Armos item or an easy floor item into a level if we're looking for the red candle. You got some extra options, but the extra candle options definitely turned off. Looks like Late Bit found a Armos hidden wood sword.
Yeah, it's pretty good over at Death Armos. And now MrDunlo had gone through and did a little bit of rupee farming in 1, but chose to do a full reset going back to start. So all those rupees are gone at this point in time.
Yeah, and his key's gone too, so I wonder if maybe that was a mistake, or maybe he's just like, forget it, I'll come back here later. I can't get anywhere at this point, so there's no need in keeping any of this stuff.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to probably see a Death Armos check from him as well. So we should be getting that sword pretty quickly now. Putting both of our runners on more or less an even footing here, aside from that 1 key difference, and MrDunlo knows where that key is. Now, this is a messy overworld, though.
Yeah, Wizrobes and Lionel's not the overworld you want to see. I kind of feel bad I rolled this, but we all know that the bot really does the rolling, so you just got to live with it.
We won't assign you any blame quite yet, right?
Yep, and we got the nunchucks up on MrDunlo's side, so Mikey is locked and loaded, ready to go. Maybe he goes back into that one. Nope, looks like he's going to gonna head west here or east.
Fair enough. Latebit found that nice screen of blue Octoroks, hoping for a global on the one drop there, and nope, did not get it. Oh, there's more blue Octoroks, but it's a little bit of a time investment now to hope for that bomb.
Yeah, just a little more background on our runners here. MrDunlo, he's kind of been in the community since January of 2019. He's got 292 races. His last competition, he was in the SGL Online 2023. He did fall in the group stage to eventual runner-up Fury SK. He's kind of a pillar in our community. He's a BR coordinator. He does the Routers Relish stuff with King Doll, and he is our annual awards show host.
While we get that background going on here too, we have found the Armos item. It is a blue boomerang. The magical boomerang has been found, and Latebit has picked it up.
Not a play I'm going to make ever, but I'm not going to jump down anybody's throat on that. Some people like it. And early on, it does give you that advantage if you have things that roll down to 0 HP that you can attack within dungeons.
Yeah, and it looks like MrDunlo's going for the pickup on there too. It's the 0 HP roll is pretty helpful when you end up having this, but something this early on, knowing that combat's as gross as it is on the overworld, being able to maybe pause some of those Lionels before they create problems, not a terrible idea.
Yeah, Lionels definitely, if you can get them grouped up and kind of bypass them early on with 3 hearts, it's definitely a good advantage that you can have. Unfortunately, the Wizrobe's not going to fall for that trick.
Ooh, that's a nice piece of jewelry over there as the white sword item. Somewhere between 4 and 6 hearts to go ahead and pick that up. We don't know exactly how many until they try to pick it up at that point. But red ring. Gonna go ahead and maybe make this overworld a little bit nicer once we can go and grab that.
Hey, speaking of those boomer strats, MrDunlo is just showing them off. I think he would really like to switch from Michelangelo to Raphael right now and pick up that red ring. Hey, Neil, you want to know something about Latebit?
I would love to.
Well, Latebit joined us in June of 2023, so kind of a newer runner. He comes from Zelda 2 All Keys and Z3 Challenge Cup. He was the 2021 Challenge Cup champion. He's got 159 Z1R races. And he was a first-round exit in the 2023 Rookie Rumble, but then he was a quarterfinalist last year in the 2024 Rookie Rumble, falling to eventual champion Ratboy.
You have all of the information. I gotta say, Rex, this is fantastic. I'm sitting here and learning as we go.
If you want more, just ask.
I feel like we're gonna have to pepper it in over the conversation today.
All right,
get as much info as we can get.
Okay, so we got a hint screen there. A couple cheapies and one that's kind of expensive. So, with this flag set, the book early can be really big. So you can give you some good hints, or we could give you some not so good hints.
Yep, and we're in round 3 of this. I'm sure that most of the viewers here are familiar with the flag set, but one of the other fun things that we've normally had for the book, being in Atlas, getting all your maps, we don't have that turned on for today. Instead, we do have the book is required to understand Old Men. So those hints are interesting, but if we can't get that book, those hints are not going to be compelling for us. We're not going to do anything with
Neo,
them in this.
Did you see the community hint?
I like turtles, yeah. It's convenient, huh?
It just writes itself, doesn't it?
Who rolled this seed?
I did.
Very apropos. All right, we got a letter pickup over on Latebit's side, which...
Hey, early letter I love.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's when you get the opportunity to snag that letter there, I mean, it's nice in a world where combat's going to be rough and you're going to want to carry around a potion, for sure.
Yeah, and it gives you an opportunity to not have to take a potion in a take any shop and spend some of the money that you get on one of those potions, because money in these flags have been pretty generous.
Well, and speaking of money and things that might be a little expensive, that was an 80 rupee candle that we saw over there on the coast, over in the cave just south of the coast item, which was the raft.
Which makes money a little more hard to come by if you really want to purchase a candle. But again, I think I've only played 2 of these seeds where I really ran into money issues.
There's been some messy ones, I'd say. Like, I know I've had a part where I bought a blue ring, and I was so excited, and then I needed money and had to go farming for it. which is always a mess when that happens. But I mean, for the most part, we are in a mixed first quest overworld, which does mean that we are going to find 3 large secrets that can, I mean, range anywhere from 50 to 150. Don't get me wrong, but
And we had a 35 mid secret. I think both those potions were in the 50 range, so I think we're going to be okay when it comes to buying a potion. As MrDunlo heads back in to check out the old Pepto-Bismol one.
yeah, he's got the cash for it. And hey, look at that! That bloomerang is getting some work done. Ooh, look at the map, nice and early too. Look at the level 1.
That's a very interesting level 1 there.
Well, on the plus side, that Chevy room isn't blocking that much over there in level 1. Just obviously the Chevy room itself, and oh, we need bombs in level 1 to progress. Uh-oh.
Well, maybe we'll get a bomb drop in this room. You just never know.
That is true. Now we're going to go ahead and do a complete reset, so that should be resetting our global. And we'll just make sure that the next enemy we kill over on MrDunlo's side is, in fact, a bomb dropper.
Yeah, we're seeing some really good strats here by Dunlo. The bloomerang on the 0 HP enemies. He's going to go try to find a bomb to progress in this one after he kind of got locked out. I really like this play here. You want to see what's in one because you get 2 items from here.
Yeah. Well, he's got his 1 bomb. He knows the direction he has to proceed in. It looks like he's going to go grab his map before he goes into that direction. But that's okay. That all is going to work out.
Yeah, latebit's doing some overworld clearing here. In this flag set, you want to find 9 as soon as possible because that gives you the information that you need on what it takes to get into 9.
Yeah, and we mentioned a little bit at the beginning too that anything can happen over in this flag set. There can be some upsets, there can be some crazy activities, and a lot of that hinges on that entry to 9. Knowing that there's potential that you may only need 5 Triforces to go ahead and get into 9 can change the way you play the game. And the sooner you know that for sure, the more opportunity you're going to have to take advantage of that.
Absolutely. I've really been enjoying playing these flags. I know that you have too. We talk offline a lot, and it's just a fun flag set that got put together this year.
Yeah, I like MrDunlo's strats. He's pulling out some good ones here. The leaving the key behind so we can see a Kanana key going forward.
Ooh, we got some silver arrows in one. Not super, big right now because we don't have the bow, but not having to hunt the other 7 dungeons or 8 dungeons at that point, really kind of puts you at ease that, hey, I can just get into my game and just do what I need to do to find the bow at this point.
Yeah, exactly. And since you know that the silvers have already been found, the bow cannot be in 9 in this flag set. Oh, and that's the recorder on the ground. The bow cannot be in 9 in this flag set, and so you're going to be going into other dungeons for that, right? You're not going to make a gamble on 9 for one of the items required to beat the game.
I'm not sure MrDunlo saw that recorder because it's kind of the same color as that Goma scheme is.
Yeah, maybe he didn't either, and that might be why he didn't go for it. But either way, it looks like we're going to be blocked from finding that recorder. I'm sorry, that Triforce. Either from that block in the Chevy room, or from that Goma.
Latebit has opened up the any roads here. It looks like he's going to finish bombing up the coast and see if he can find anything. And then I bet he starts, checking those out and seeing where he can get around Hyrule as he finds a Palace 5. A nice baby blue Palace 5.
I like the color scheme. Let's see here. Well, that looks like that is a ladder blocked Triforce over on latebit's side. A nice circle moat room, hiding the Triforce.
Yeah, you want to clear those rooms just to be sure that you get the information that, hey, this is a dungeon. If I need to get all 8, I got to come back to this. But if not, I just grab the items out of here and get out of here.
Yeah. And going back to the flags that we have over in this set, so we have a bit of an inter-dungeon shuffler. I forget the exact name that we ended up using for this. But every dungeon is going to have a heart in there that normally has a heart in there, so 1 through 8, 9 hole. And then the item, there's still going to be an item in there. Could be the coast heart, but there's still going to be an item that's sitting in these dungeons. Just whether or not it's on the floor or in the down the stairs is the unknown. That's going to be changed up on each of the individual dungeons that we have here.
Mr. Dunlow's really having a tough time finding a bomb, despite having bomb droppers littered all over the overworld.
Now, you know it's gotten rough when you have to resort to killing overworld wizards for it. And there we go. Yeah, latebit looks like he's done with 5. And moving on.
It looks like we had the discount bin meat there at 51 rupees today, as latebit finds another medium secret, getting him up to 88. So he can probably get his candle if he really wants to.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if latebit has seen on his side where the candle actually is, but if he continues up the coast on the right-hand side, he'll get there. Oh, well, we'll go take the inroads, it looks like.
Yeah, I'll probably take the inroads at this point too, at least just to go see where they're at, and then come back and finish up the coast. Because I don't know if he's seen the coast item or not.
No, I don't think so. That's a nice little pop-up over onto West Death Mountain. We got a nice little trip over to the Deadwoods. I mean, there's decent inroads moving around here.
Yeah, they're going to get you around Hyrule. I wouldn't be displeased with these at all.
We got level 4 that was found over. Oh gosh, that was up by the grave, wasn't it? The bomb spot up there. Oh, and we got some bombs over on Mr. Dunlow's side. It's all working out.
Bombs and keys, things are starting to come together. And the power bracelet. That's going to open up quite a few spots in a mixed first quest overworld.
Yeah, that's a pretty good setup. That's something like what, 7 spots that we could be having something under on this mixed first quest. So, you know, that's certainly nothing to sneeze at. Yeah, sure. I don't remember the exact number either.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know those kind of numbers, but you know, it's a lot better than the wrap, that's for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, latebit just went ahead and dropped the 80 rupees. Gonna go ahead and get that candle and see if that opens up anything for us. Alright, well, we are... The question is, are we resetting the room over there? It looks like we are, yeah. Don't want to kill the blue dark nuts. They're a little messy. See if we can't get something easier, and we sure can, and there's our map.
Yeah, nice reward with the map there. You know, we're seeing a lot of good strategies pulled out here. latebit's going to go ahead and do a pirouette and open up this door, show you another good little strat. I mean, we're getting, you know, all the good stuff pulled out of the cabinet today.
Well, that's a very free Triforce over there in 7. And at this point, you see something like that, you think to yourself I mean, you also have to go ahead and consider you're probably ladder blocked, so you probably will take it. But free Triforce like that in a level like 7, I mean, do you even go in anymore? Or do you just grab it and go?
Probably just grab it and go. We had a free Triforce in 4 too, and you can get the 1 out of 1. So, I mean, we got 3 pretty quick Triforces available, but just the way that the key situation and the bomb situation's going, we don't really have a good mix of those 3 currently.
No, we don't. It'd be very interesting to see how we end up here over on level 9. Whenever we find that. Lot of blue dark nuts.
Yeah,
gotta make a choice on keys.
That's a skip room. We're not doing that until much later.
Yeah, if the game forces you, the game forces you. Otherwise, oof. Oh, we're spending a few more keys over here. The combat in the overworld's kind of rough. The combat in the dungeon's not that great either. And incidentally, we think we just found our other hint shop.
Yeah, that's, you know, running into 5 blue dark nuts and then a patter right after that. I played a seed today where I went into 3 straight rooms with an aqua mantis, and I was like, this is like the best like dungeon dig I've ever had in my life.
Oh, sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah, it looks like our first... Oh, no, that's not the raft spot. That is the casino corner there.
Ooh, the power bracelet unlocking a level. Interesting.
Yeah, level 2 is a nice small dungeon. Looks like he's going to try to pirouette, maybe? Nope, we're just ducking out at 2.
Oh, it looks like a pirouette since he's got to come in from the right side, right?
Ah, there we go.
Okay. Over, yeah.
I didn't quite get a chance to look at it beforehand, but yeah. You know, a 2, you want to see a 2 early, and hopefully you're getting something more than a double heart out of it.
Yeah. 2 will be Doug. will be dug, and we'll see if we get something of interest here. I mean, there's always the risky part that, you know, you spend a lot of time in here, you're not really getting your payoff, but for something under the power bracelet, especially having just picked up the power bracelet, that's, you know, it's huge to dig these. These could put you way ahead if you're, oh my goodness gracious, could put you way ahead if your opponent hasn't seen that quite yet, and that would be the ladder that we know we need.
Yeah, you know, another good thing that I dig is a barbecue.gov raid. Welcome in BBQ. Yeah, an 18-minute ladder, you are definitely stoked to see that. You know, no ladder blocks are going to get in your way, so now you're just thinking about, how do I clean up what I've seen already? Because I got to go back to 1, I got to go back to 4, and then from there, you know, it's kind of starting to make decisions on do I go check ladder spots? Do I go get the raft, check raft spots? Dunlo's got a lot to think about.
Yeah, there's a lot of decisions that can be made, and there are some things that he hasn't even seen yet, like the ladder blocking, the Triforce over in 5 that are I mean, things that don't really have to weigh on him all that much. Or we're going for either Old Man Anger or the Bomb Force.
Yeah, these guys are just pulling out all the stops right now. I'm trying to force off of the old man. Unfortunately, we do take the bop there, as latebit finds a heart in level 8, so he's up to 5 hearts currently. He got one off the take any earlier.
Could be good enough for the red ring. We're not terribly far away from it, but I mean, we're obviously not easy to get to it when we're coming from the Lost Hills like this.
Yeah, you're probably going to dig around, see if you can scrounge up one more heart before, and there it is. So I think we're going to get it up a save and go straight for that red ring.
Oh, yeah,
after we check the top of the waterfall, of course. That's the screen you're not orphaning.
I never want to come back there again. So yeah. Oh, and look at that, we found the magical sword for tonight. Oh, is MrDunlo going to decide to actually... Nah, he's going to squeeze past this Patra. Not worth clearing that.
It looks like latebit's going to take care of these candle spots on the way up to his red ring. You know, I think if he finds anything, he's probably going to mark it and come back to it later. As we find level 9. Let's go. Nice burnt orange 9.
6. Interesting. 6 Triforces to enter level 9 tonight.
Right by start too. So once you get your 6, and he's gonna probably dig those silvers out of 1. So he's really, you know, once you find that bow, you're gonna start counting down. You know, what's the fastest way to get me to up 8 back to start and get into this 9?
Yeah. It looks like it's being ever so slightly unfriendly though to MrDunlo. He's still working his way through.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting map when this thing pops up. Map's definitely not going to be in this room, so it looks like he's going to have to spin that last key or maybe get a bomb in this room. Yeah, looks like we're spending a key to get any progression here.
Alpha's taking a few hits to go down. Such an inconvenient spot to have to fight them into to move forward, but the alternative is you can up an A and have to deal with the Patra.
They're not beefy, they're just big boned. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
I love it. Alright, latebit hoping for those bombs out there in the desert. Finds the bombs out there in the desert. And I think you're spot on that's booking it for the red ring. Or maybe it's not. Interesting.
Yeah, I think he's probably... maybe he has all 3 of these spots left? This is a tough screen to get through. Yeah, I'm going. Go get your red ring. Oh no, he's gonna give it a shot.
Good cleanup over on the Wizrobes though, that's for sure. Those rooms where they don't all spawn at once. Oh my goodness gracious too. Where they don't all spawn at once is always, let's say, gross.
Yeah, that kind of looks like a Mario shape to me in level 2.
A little Mr. Game & Watch action.
Yeah. We're not old, we're trendy.
Mr. Game & Watch references are not old.
They brought it back, of course it's not.
And And
he's in Smash Brothers. Come on.
I know, right? Got a whole new generation excited, but not really about him. It was great.
Yeah, latebit's into level 6 here, so latebit really, I'm gonna go get that red ring. I mean, it's only gonna speed you up at this point.
Yeah, it's ow, ow from Mr. Dunlo, and
To
yeah,
answer a question in chat there, yes, Dunlo plays with the Michelangelo spray. And I guess we could talk about Mr. Dunlo a little bit more. He is a Zelda lore aficionado. He always loves to try to figure out what's going on behind the scenes in the Hyrule universe. He is not a math teacher. He wants that to be explicitly clear. He does not teach math, so if he can't get a 10 count, he says don't blame him. He is a Ninja Turtles fanatic. He's been a big Ninja Turtles fan ever since he was a kid. And he is a James Madison University sports fan. Go Dukes. Oh, he also writes music and stuff too that are Zelda related.
Also that too, yeah. I like the little biography that we have going on here, Rex, on everything that's going on. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I had a little bit of extra time on my hands today, so I did a little bit of research on these guys before we got started.
Alright, well, we got Mr. Dunlo has said, nah, we're all set with level 2. Level 2 was a mess. He knows he can go get the red ring as well. I mean, having that ladder is nice too. We actually might see a world wrap here and see him pick up the raft. Maybe.
I think we're 100% seeing a world wrap right here.
Oh, there it is.
I mean, is there anything that these two can't do?
It's like a masterclass in Zelda 1 Randomizer right here. Just with these two.
We're the lucky ones that we get to witness this, epic matchup today. Pretty excited about this.
8-bit deciding we're not going to make any further progression in 6 as of right now. But I think that this trajectory is 100%. Hey, it is in fact roads. We're not doing ring time. We're getting arrows, okay. Never mind. I'm not even going to make any more guesses about the red ring at this point.
Yeah, Dunlo picks up his candle. I have no idea what 8-bit is doing. Yeah, I would be booking it towards that red ring, but it's his seed to play. So if he thinks that buying arrows, 15 small, man, money is available in this seed.
Yeah, there is not a lot of risk about money right now, which is good, right? I mean, you can use that to invest in such purchases as getting your early arrows over here. Now we know that the silver arrows were pretty easily accessible, but 8-bit doesn't know that.
Yeah, I think Dunlo's going to go pop up here, grab his red ring, and then probably come straight back to this 7 since it's so close. Unbeknownst to him, it's going to net him a pretty easy Triforce, and then I bet he probably digs a little bit out of it.
Yeah, that's going to be the big question. Do you, don't you? It is a 7. I don't know. If this was me running it, I'd sit back, I'd grab that Triforce, I'd see you later. But you never know.
All right, 8-bit hot on his tail, coming up here to grab his red ring as well. Hopefully, as long as he can get through this screen. Ew. So we've got a sunburnt Michelangelo, and then the white tunic randomized 8-bit here. I bet 8-bit turns purple or pink.
Oh, let's see. Ah, you were spot on.
Let's go.
Spot on.
Oh, and 125 large secret. Money is not a problem. Good thing these guys don't have to buy rings or technically arrows, so they can really buy, potions, bomb upgrades, and 5 and 7. So I'm excited about this.
Yeah, there's a lot going for them right now. Oh, I like what 8-bit's up to right now. Heading up and doing Death Mountain now that the Any Road is bringing you up this way.
Yeah, you got 8 bombs, so you might as well, take advantage of that right now. So Dunlo, making me look like a fool, not going back to 7, stumbles upon 8, which has 2 items as well. So yeah, I definitely dig this over 7 currently.
Oh yeah, I mean both are probably going to be larger levels, maybe messier levels, but at the end of it all, that extra item hiding in 8 makes it absolutely worth it.
Yeah, it gives you a better chance of finding the book or the bow, which are kind of the two things hot on your radar right now.
That's true. And actually, our tracker, Malkier, thank you again for doing your tracking here, points out that between the two of them, we have seen every single level. So as much as I like the dig of Death Mountain, it may not be all that valuable for latebit right now.
Yeah, we've seen mags, we've seen the white sword item. There's really nothing else we're going to see up here, except for probably secrets.
Yeah, it's really about all we're at. And finding
So it looks
that
like it looks like we got a heart in the stair at 8, so we will be digging out a floor item and an additional stair item out of this level 8.
Now, that dig dogger there, technically speaking, I mean, you can clip in and not have to worry about getting that item, but it would be a moment where the recorder would have been nice if the clip was a little bit challenging to pull off.
Yeah, in a scene like this, recorder is really going to help you travel around to the dungeons a little bit quicker, but it still might be some kind of weird block in level 9. We've seen them before.
That's not the largest level 8 that's ever existed, It's a reasonable level 8.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a battle bot to me.
Exactly, that's 100% what it looks like.
Somebody was saying earlier that I think 6 looked like a palm tree waving on a beach, and I absolutely love that, so I just wanted to shout that one out as well.
And there's some more dig dogger action going on there. I don't think he knew he didn't get that recorder.
He might have phantom picked up that recorder in level 1. I hate when you pick something up in your mind, but it's not in your inventory. It's like the worst feeling ever. Yeah, he saw the recorder in 1. It was kind of the same color as the Goma was, and he up 8 and left it. Ooh, level 8 looks like the Technodrome. That's a good call out. I like that one too.
That's fantastic.
Which is like the ultimate battle bot, isn't it?
It really is the ultimate battle bot. I mean, I don't know about you, but as much as I enjoyed the Technodrome in the cartoons, I think I had the giant one as a kid too, with like the eye on top and everything opened up. Oh, it was so good.
Kind of envious of you right now. I'm kind of envious of Child Neo.
The child me had about 1.5 million Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle things. It was the greatest show that was ever on TV.
I had probably everything but the Technodrome.
We got some more dig dogger fun. It's on both sides. Like, it gets me a little nervous about that recorder here, but I mean, we'll see. It is a pretty free recorder once both of these runners get their way back into 1.
Yeah, and you got to go back to 1 to get the Triforce anyways, and you don't have to get it at 6 tries, but it's a really easy one to grab, especially with the ladder and some keys, so you're definitely going to go back there and pick that thing up.
Or at least from MrDunlo's side. I mean, he isn't. We don't have a ladder over on late bits yet. Oh, and that's a white sword over on the ground in 8. How about that?
Yeah, level 2 is turning out to be a pretty important find for MrDunlo.
Giving up a heart to the mugger. Yeah, you're absolutely right though. Level 2, big find. So I mean, we got the red ring for both players. We have a nice combat advantage over on MrDunlo's side. We have the ladder, which is available, and ideally latebit's going to get to it too, since 4 was right near where 2 was. So that's definitely an advantage, a little bit of a time gulf that the MrDunlo is going to be seeing here.
Yeah, latebit's got a little bit more advantage on exploration of the overworld, but as we know, we have the means to get everywhere we need to be, so it's not quite as much of an advantage as he would want it to be.
So I will say, if we've so we had called out that between the two of them, we've seen every level. I didn't mark where 3 was. So if anybody knows, please drop in the chat. Those blue dark net rooms are just so unfun over there in 4. Oh, and Dunlop's gonna keep going for that last item in 8, it looks like, or at least poking around a little bit more for that item.
Yeah, I mean you've crawled yourself all the way up to the top of this level 8. You got to see the rest of it out and pull at least one item out of this thing. Well, he's got the white sword, so you know you're looking for a staircase. You want to pull one more thing out of here. Looks like he's going to the eye of the Technodrome.
That's where all the good stuff is.
That's what I hear. All right, so latebit has found 2, so he's going to get his ladder right now. And let's see if he finishes this thing out and grabs his Triforce.
Yeah, I mean, we know 2 was a little bit rough when we saw MrDunlo in here. Oh, there's our last item in 8, incidentally. It is a regular, old-fashioned boomerang.
Yeah, I'd probably go pick that thing up and see if I can exchange it for that blue thing that doesn't work very good. It takes so long to come back to you. I'm just not a fan.
It can cross the whole screen. Like, think of all the value on that one, Rex. You know, you kill something on the other side with your beams, and you can now. You don't even have to cross. Link doesn't have to get tired doing it.
We're trying to go fast though. That thing takes forever to come back. Like, at least you can walk through a door and it just automatically shows up in your inventory again. Although I'd rather just not at that point, though. As MrDunlo does pull the Triforce out of 8, so he is on the board. We're 34 minutes in, and we have Triforce 7 and 8, even though we've seen 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. This is a crazy seed. I'm loving it.
There's a lot going on, for sure. Look at him using that boomerang, too. Oh, the value of it.
Yeah, red ring, so grabs the potion. I love that play there. So now we're not spending money on that either. I would go back to 7 or 5 and start buying bomb upgrades.
Yeah, that's a great catch. Is we know that the bomb upgrades are going to be in 5 or 7. So why not? Good place to use your cash.
Yeah, I mean we have bombs now, but we've seen that finding bombs, it hasn't been, that easy. You got to fight whiz ropes to get them, or try to find them in the dungeon. If you could just increase your capacity, I'd be all for that.
Ooh, one of the often unseen river spots with the ladder. Only a medium secret, but very interesting.
Yeah, and Malky, our tracker, has a good point for late, but for his money is maybe spend some of that on those cheap keys if you can find them. I can't tell you how many times I miss that bomb spot, just like Dunlo did. I don't know what it is about it. It's so tricky sometimes.
There's like any of these checks up here in Death Mountain, like sometimes the tile is just one further away than what you actually think it was. You drop your bomb, you screw up, and you have to go ahead and try it again, which is such a pain if you are trying to really count your bombs correctly.
And we talked about latebit clearing Death Mountain earlier and kind of losing some time there. It looks like we've kind of flip-flopped. Now Dunlo's up there. He's going to go get those empty checks while latebit kind of gets the stuff that Dunlo got earlier. So this is literally anybody's race currently.
Yeah, this is definitely balancing up. latebit gets to see that very entertaining shape of level 2. And time to go
game and watch Mario. I mean, it's not anybody's game. It's latebit or MrDunlo's game. One of those two has to win because they're the only ones playing.
I guess that is technically correct. It has to be one of those two. Now, did we see this room cleared? The one that latebit's in. Did we see that cleared on MrDunlo's side? I don't think we did.
I don't think we've seen any Pole's voice. Got to be careful though. Half a heart. You got to be really meticulous in this room as to not get hit by anything except for the bubbles.
Yeah, and fighting Paul's voice from the top is always undesirable. The way that they jump. Are we gonna reset this room, or are we gonna try it again? Oh, we're gonna keep trying.
No, we're gonna give it our best wood sword shot.
I think this is the room that MrDunlo took a death in too, and that's why he ended up leaving.
Yeah, just got a key out of it, so we're gonna see the top of Mario's head here and see if we can get anything good out of this too for the item. Well, we know that we got the ladder, so this probably has to be maybe the Triforce room.
I don't think we've seen the Triforce yet. but I don't think we've seen all of Mario.
Yeah, we must be in the hand somewhere then. Nice bomb force on the clock there. I love that. But at least he knows where he's at, right? I mean, that's actually probably the best thing you could see that wasn't a bomb.
Yeah, the clocks are fantastic. Clocks will drop on 3 from a bomb dropper, and I believe it's 6 from a non-bomb dropper. So, like, you see one of those, you know exactly where you're going with your global. Pricey bombs, by the way.
Ooh, 40 rupee bombs. I mean, he's got the money, so if you need them, you might as well buy them.
I think that's our first sighting of a bomb shop all night, too.
I think it's the instant refund too. I love it. It's like a tax season. Gets his rebate back.
All right, we do have to go into one of Mario's arms. We missed that room for some reason during our expeditions. Now we get to go check it out. Oh, did it require blue dark nuts? Maybe. Oh, because we didn't know. It's to the right of the Stalfos room.
Oh,
And we don't have
out of
bombs.
bombs. He's got some bomb droppers on this screen, so he should be able to get this taken care of and get back in there and secure that Triforce. This is like the tag you're it screen where you have to like walk over and then he goes onto the other side, then you walk back over and then he walked back over to the other side. It's like, dude, seriously? Like we played Marco Polo? What's going on here?
Eventually, you just give up and you go looking for bombs somewhere else, which is what's happening. Oh, latebit had seen the bomb shop. Probably has it marked. I'm gonna go spend some cash.
I mean, what's $40 when you got 255?
Truth. And we don't know if it's necessarily the rare shop chat, but that's the first only one I've seen so far.
Yeah, these Tiffany crafted bombs, as chat's calling them, they could be, they might not be. I mean, we've seen a lot, but we really haven't seen enough to be able to tell on these things. As Dunlo gets his 6 unit information on his candle spot next to start.
All right, latebit seems focused on making sure that we clear out to get that Triforce and move on, which is great. All right, we got the bombs for that purpose, so we'll finally get a second Triforce on the board shortly, as long as we don't get a surprise block like a Dig Dogger or some such.
Yeah, I think Dunlo's got to go back to level 1 at this point. I mean, you got to go get your second item out of here, get a Triforce. You got to start getting some momentum built up here. 40 minutes, 1 Triforce, silver arrows with all you have. You want to start seeing some progression towards getting into 9.
Yeah, and he might be thinking he's bow blocked out of 1, because we did see that Goma in the room with the recorder, but it did block off progression over in 1. So he might be looking for a bow before he continues.
Was that a shutter room in that Goma room?
Yeah, it was a shutter door.
Ah. Yeah, I'm gonna go pick up that whistle and try to bomb up at least. I don't remember if we saw them. I don't think we saw the map in 1 yet either.
Well, likes are not the worst thing in the world to go ahead and kill to get your Triforce, and with that Triforce out of 2, latebit has got 2 on the board.
Yeah, chat, go ahead and let us know, are you a likes are pancakes, or likes are lasagna, or likes are others type of person? So let us know what you call likes in the chat, please.
You know, I would say growing up and playing this game, which was, great experience, right? Get you into the randomizer in these days. But I always thought that they were like 3 just weird colored tires stacked on top of each other.
Oh, like old moldy Michelin man
Yeah.
kind of things?
Yeah, the old moldy Michelin man.
Speaking of the good old days, I want to tell you a little bit more about latebit. As I mentioned earlier, he is a former Zelda 2 All Keys world record holder. He held that title from January 2024 to April 20th, 2024. And then he was also the Challenge Cup champion in 2021 in Z3. But on his profile, he claims to be an unabashed new metal apologist Live Laugh Lip Biscuit, and also a Michelle Branch superfan. Top 0.005% listener in 2023-2024.
I presume that the reason we have this information here is because we're going to be asking him about this during the interview at the end.
Oh yeah, 100%. I need to know more about his what's his favorite Michelle Branch song. Well, actually, I care more about the Limp Bizkit. What's his
I know, I'm
favorite
more
Limp Bizkit
interested in
song?
that one. Yeah, we're still poking around. I mean, we've had lots of options to go into C1 all over again, and we're not. Though I'm surprised we
I
haven't
want
linked
to
it
see
back.
one more. Labit's in 4 though, which is a good call. I mean, we know Triforce has got to be in one of these few rooms we haven't seen. But you know, all this talk about like Latebit's bio like makes me rethink. I really need to put some like time into my bio.
Are you going to tell everybody, like, what unabashed performer what performer you are an unabashed fan of? That's going to have to go in there, right?
I'll just say it on stream right now. At my mother's house, the house that I grew up in as a child, there is like you used to be able to put like 50 cents into a machine at the bowling alley and get a sticker.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to guess whose sticker is on my door at my mom's house in my childhood room?
Please tell me.
I want you to guess.
Oh,
Remember,
I can never
you
get that.
yeah, you can't.
I got nothing.
Just one guess.
Rex, I don't have the slightest clue. People are going to put it into chat. Shania Twain, The Rock. Good guesses, right? Were you a Timberlake fan?
Oh, okay, so you're close, right?
Ooh.
You're in the right pop category. I did have the Spin Doctors on tape, BBQ. Who was a acquaintance of Mr. Timberlake at that time?
Britney? Were you a Britney fan?
Oh, you know it. I got a nice Britney sticker on my door.
Oh, wow. That is, well, Britney had a lot of fans. A lot of fans.
Yeah. All right, so Dunlo is in 5. So we do not know the item out of here. So we're definitely at this point. We know the Triforce is in this room, correct? And then we probably want to dig and see if we can find the bow, as Latebit does put some of that coin towards a key. It looks like he's going to buy another one. Wow, a double 93 key purchase.
A lot of keys. Dunlo not picking up that Triforce.
To answer another chat question, it is 100% Hit Me Baby One More Time, the all-time classic.
Rex, would it surprise you if I told you I have been to a Britney Spears concert?
That would surprise me, actually. I have no idea.
Well, there you go. So I guess we're learning all sorts of new stuff about each other today.
Yeah, with the later Britney though, she did that Bobby Brown cover, that I really enjoyed as well.
Yeah, there was to be fair, I wasn't the reason I went to the Britney concert, but she was opened for by DJ Pauly D back then too. That should tell you how exciting that concert was.
I couldn't pick Pauly D out of a lineup of 2 people, with my mother being one of them.
And hey, we got our wish. Latebit is back into 1. We're actually going to see what's past that Chevy room too.
Ooh, K-Tap wants to know first concerts. My first concert was the Aerosmith 9 Lives tour.
My first concert was the NSYNC No Strings Attached tour.
Okay, so that was my first adult concert. Okay, so my first concert though, is I saw Weird Al at the State Fair when I was like
10.
Oh, I saw Weird Al like 3 years ago with my oldest.
I'd go see Weird Al tomorrow if he came our way.
Oh, I would too.
First adult concert though. I think the first adult when I saw Eminem when he came up this way. That was probably the first adult one.
Ooh, all right. So
And,
Dunlo has found 6, and latebit is finally doing what we're asking. Go back and see 1. So let's see if we get some fruit out of this dungeon. While Dunlo, we know nothing really about 6, so we're going to see some interesting information here as well as we find the map.
and there's our palm tree.
There's our palm tree, yeah.
Now,
Oh, a
Latebit
lot of Weird Al fans in the chat.
Oh, there should be a lot of Weird Al fans in all places. We got, we're gonna see that Goma room shortly, where we should know that after Latebit gets the silvers, of course. We should see that Goma room shortly. We'll see if Latebit picks up the recorder or not, and maybe we aren't fully bow blocked there, but I know we've already checked out the section that was blocked by the ladder, and it looks like we got no dice from that section, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of work to get that Triforce, it seems.
Yeah, Latebit is absolutely kicking himself right now, buying those wood arrows instead of buying another 93 rupee keys. He would have 8 keys at this point, but like we said, money is super great in this seed, so who cares? Ooh, a nice bomb force. Let's go.
There's our Goma block. He does see the recorder, though, and I think we are done.
Yeah, so that is the only way to progress in that dungeon. So Latebit might be joining MrDunlo in 6 as the next closest dungeon.
Still have 1 outstanding. 6 is over by the forest, I think.
Yeah, so looks like Latebit's heading west here. See if he can clear the rest of this out and find 3 as he finds some more money, mo problems. Yes, I love all this Weird Al chatter. Just to follow up on my Weird Al concert, he came and did songs that were his own original songs. He didn't do any covers until the very end. So it was really interesting to listen to all these things that were kind of afterthoughts as a kid on the CDs, cassette tapes that I listened to Weird Al on.
Yeah, don't feel bad. I 100% had him on cassette.
What was the last cassette that you bought?
Oh my god, the last cassette that I bought. I don't know if I can remember the last cassette that I bought.
How about the first CD that you bought?
I can remember that. I can actually remember the first CD I bought. It was the Goo Goo Dolls, Dizzy Up the Girl. That's what that was.
Oh, all right. And you remember your cassette?
It was the Eagles. That's who it was. I had to think it through. And no, not because I was listening to them live or anything. I'm not that old, but I was into the classic music then.
Heck yeah. My last tape that I bought was by a rap group called Onyx. I'm not allowed to say the name of the cassette tape because it's not SpeedGaming friendly. But the first CD that I bought was Presidents of the United States of America, Presidents of the United States of America.
That was a good CD. Oh, and we found the item in 6, by the way, on MrDunlo's side. And that is our any key. So all those key purchases over on Latebit's side, if we spend a few more minutes in 6, that's just going to feel like wasted money.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough to see. I'd probably just rather not see 6 if I was Latebit at this point. I think he's going back to the 7 was down here, if I remember correctly.
5 was down here. 7's over in the forest, I think. Yeah, 5.
Oh yes, Baby Blue 5.
Ah yes. This was the one with Triforce that was ladder blocked. Now we have the ladder, so.
Yeah, we're slowly getting the wheels rolling here. We're almost an hour into this thing. Now I want to kind of get into your mind as the runner. You're 51 minutes in. You've got 2 or 3 Triforces, half the Ganon kill kit. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll tell you, if I was in either of their spots, behind. Very, very behind. And when you're feeling very, very behind, sometimes it's time to make some big risks. Or take some big risks in that case. And, I mean, what's a big risk in this? You know where all the levels are. I mean, especially MrDunlo's seen 8. We're missing 1 level, but has seen 8, dug 8. I would say that this is maybe that time where you go and you say 7. 7, we're going to see every single room in you.
Yeah, or maybe you're starting to thinking, hey, is the bow in 3? Is the 3 recorder block? Do I need to go pick up that recorder? Or in late bit, do I need to go get the raft? Like, there's just so many possibilities still where this bow could be that I'm not feeling good at this point.
No, not at all. There's one of our bomb upgrades in 5, incidentally. A very cheap bomb upgrade for quite a bit of bombs. 79 was that for 5 bombs? Not bad.
Oh, yeah, you take that. Shout out to CD Improv with the Eric Clapton Unplugged first cassette. I love that. Mr. Gentek bringing in first DVDs. Like, I couldn't even think about what my first DVD purchase was.
Jurassic Park. It was obviously, because it came out, what, the 90s? So the DVD of that didn't come out until later, but it was the early stage days of DVDs, and they were like, man, this thing sounds great on DVD, you should watch it. So that was my first one.
Yeah, I have no idea as Mr. Dunlo picks up his Triforce in level 6, but I will tell you that I had, and don't tell the government, no FBI, like, let's keep this on like just a secret thing between all of us, but I had a taped off HBO Betamax of Star Wars: A New Hope that I watched a lot of as a kid.
I find that completely acceptable. And by the way, just taking a look into chat over here, Johnny Blade, the first cassette was Styx Kilroy's here. It was here, one of the best albums. Period. Just straight up, in my opinion.
Ooh, we got a Pink Floyd Division Bell first CD. Like, I'm loving the chat tonight.
No,
All
right?
sorts of great stuff. Oh, Kids Bop, K-Tap with the Kids Bop. Let's go. Kids Bop came. We have an amphitheater that's like a mile away from where I live, and I got to listen to Kids Bop like last year during the summer because it like shoots like straight at my back porch. Zazu, be quiet. Don't be inviting that in here.
We got both our runners hanging around in this 5 at the same time. We have definitely seen the stair item. I don't think we've seen the floor item here. And the stair was a heart, so we could be double heart, we could be bow, we could be...
I'm going for double heart. Bring me the double heart. Let's elongate this thing as much as we can. I love being here with all you people talking music, movies, Zelda. You know, there's just so much more we could get into.
I know you got in your back pocket, like, we're putting down bait for that Dig Dogger? That's cool. I know you got some more stats in your back pocket there, Rex.
I absolutely do not. We are tapped out on stats.
Oh, we're out of stats.
I had an hour's worth of stats and we are done.
Well, we'll have to make sure to ask some questions when we get to the interview. Mr. Dunlo hitting that, it appears potentially a Dig Dogger block. No, we can get around it. We can do the transport.
Ooh, okay, Malkier's got a good one. First movie that you saw in a theater.
Oh, I couldn't even. That's
I absolutely 100% can. I saw All Dogs Go to Heaven in a theater where the film ripped 23 minutes into the movie, and we sat there for an hour waiting for the other theater, the other screen to stop showing so they could pull that film into our theater to play.
that is memorable.
It absolutely was.
Great movie when you were a kid too. I haven't seen that in a million years. Like, part of me thinks it was a little dark for kids at that time, but to be fair, I haven't seen it in so long. I have no idea.
That is a BattleBot toilet there for level 5. I just saw the map on Dunlow's side. Ooh, Batman Returns for a first movie? Roland, I like that. That's a good one. Malkier with the question has the answer. Man in the Moon. Another great cinematography masterpiece. Oh, no, he's saying the map for 5 is the Man in the Moon. I was like, you might have been a little old for that movie when it came out.
Great movie, though. Great movie for sure.
Ooh,
Oh, and there's our floor item in 5. It looks like we are, in fact, double heart.
I love it. I love a good double heart 5. What's you already know the answer to this, but what's the last movie that you saw in a theater? Do you know?
The last movie I saw in the theater, huh? Have to think.
While you ponder that, latebit, go ahead and grabs that Triforce out of 5. So I think he's got to head to 7 at this point. I saw Dogman the movie a couple days ago with my 5-year-old, and it was pretty awesome. And then I figured out that Pete Davidson was the voice of the cat, and I kind of don't hate on Pete Davidson anymore. I thought he was pretty good.
There you go. I think I'm actually going to be agreeing with Chad here. I think that the last one I saw was Deadpool and Wolverine. We're a Marvel household over here, right? We enjoy our Marvel movies, and there's this tiny little family-run cinema that's, I don't know, about 30 minutes north of where I live. And so the wife and I went out there on, gosh, I don't know, I think it was just a generic date night to go check it out, and hey, fantastic. Got to see the movie. It's a little rare with a little one around to be able to have time to get out to the movies. By the way, level 3 has been found.
Yeah, Dunlo cleans up that 5, buys the bomb upgrade, so he's got a nice 13-pack of bombs. I didn't quite see where 3 was. Did you see that screen before he walked in?
Yeah, that was the Lost Hills power bracelet spot.
PB champion today.
Yeah, definitely needed it for 2 levels. Whether we needed the levels is a different conversation. Like I said, I'll go, please.
Now we've got our what's going on here. Is it 7 or is it 3? We're gonna find out. Maybe it's 9. Who knows? Well, it can't be 9. It's got to be like 7 or 3.
Yeah. And if I was these runners, like in MrDunlo's spot, not having seen 3 at this point, and thinking that you're blocked over it. I mean, you are blocked, but thinking that you're blocked and that there isn't potentially the recorder out there on 1, I would be digging 7. I'd go all in on this, and latebit obviously go for 3. So,
like an hour in, you gotta make a gamble at some point and say it's got to be here, or I really need to start getting the giddy up going.
Yeah. Though, I mean, this is potentially also going to be a bit of a game changer. The 2 levels are pretty close to each other, so if you leave 1, you might be able to find the other one pretty soon, or if you get blocked pretty hard over in 7, you might be able to find it soon. But or blocked in 3. But I mean, the long and the short of what I'm getting at here is whoever finds the bow in their level is going to be probably in a pretty significant lead.
I would go out on a limb to say that they'd be in the catbird seat at this point, and knowing where 9 is, it's a pretty big advantage.
By the way, how about that 3? That looks like after the battle bots are done, the ones that are in pieces.
That is absolutely the aftermath of a BattleBots fight.
Latebit's not taking any chances. Every room's going to get cleared. Make sure there's nothing left behind here. Latebit just picked up something.
Yeah, might get a map check here and see if we can figure out what he got, unless he knows.
It looked a lot like the bow.
You could help us out and do a little menu, Next time you race and you pick up the bow, just do a little menu through, just to show that everybody that you got it.
I'll get that heart, because that gives us an opportunity for mags. The chat is coming in and saying it was the bow, so I think that they're in agreement here, which means, yeah, this is going to be pretty tricky for MrDunlo to be able to come back from that. Oh yeah, it absolutely was the bow. Look at him shooting those silver arrows.
Yeah, MrDunlo needs to see an immediate item right here to get him out of this 7 as soon as possible.
There can be the hope that there's something incredibly messy over in 9. I mean, 9 can be something, but
yeah, this thing's it's not far from over. He's still got to clear 1 more Triforce. Dunlo knows where the Triforce in 1 and 2 is, so if he gets the Triforce out of here and he finds 3, he only needs to go back to 1 or 2.
That's true, and we know that the 3 is not far from 7, so it's not like it's a hefty hike. And in chat, yes, we did in fact find the magical sword location. I want to say it was the one at the top of the waterfall.
It is at the top of the waterfall. You have a great memory.
I'm half tracking over here, half half decided, nah, I'm good. I'm just gonna watch the race and talk movies instead.
Yeah, I don't know why I remembered where the mags was, but it's stuck in my head. Well, because it's Dunlow's got that weird nunchuck spray thing, and it like stuck out in my head.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get that one cleared up pretty soon, right? Right past that Goma, and then we are. Oh, don't use too many arrows over there, late bit, right? You don't wanna be out when you get to the Goma. Those two key purchases, maybe paying off, but.
Yeah, I don't know why I kept thinking we should look for the other item and when we knew it was the recorder. I think I've just been kind of having too much fun talking about all this other stuff. We also got to remember that Mr. Dunlo does have the white sword, so this is going to give him a little bit of a combat advantage, depending on what the enemy set in 9 is. And the book is the last thing that you want to see right here.
Oh, he's going to get that. He's going to get. Oh, oof. There was some thinking there. I think he realizes how he's not going back in for the Triforce.
Oh, you got to go pick up that Triforce. And
Dunlo,
the hints are right here too, so you got to go look.
It's one room in. Well, late bit's on his way to 9 now.
Yeah, looks like we got that Triforce out of 1. We know 9 is right here by start, so I think we're gonna push the music over to late bit side and start listening for the roar.
That was helpful information, though. He now knows that he needs to push something to get the bow at this point in time, so that is helpful info.
Yeah, you got really lucky there, getting a hint that put him in the right path. As 3 is right here, so like we said, 9 can do 9 things. It could be crazy. Like I had one the other day that I walked through. Like the first 15 rooms were all like in a tunnel and a staircase, and I couldn't go anywhere but just in this little path that it gave me.
Well, look at that. We found the red candle over there in 9. And by process of elimination, the other item in 9 is going to have to be the wand.
Good old double heart 5. Yep, that puts the wand in level 9. And now we're just listening to a nice little blippy roar sound that tells us where Ganon is, and a locked door for the lady. Unless we defeat Ganon first, and then that door will pop open, and we will know exactly where she is. This is the part of the stream where it kind of starts getting a little sad, because I know that our time here is kind of limited, and leave it back and making sure that the red candle was actually there. So it's part of the race where I don't want to go, but we've got to finish this thing up at some point. As Mr. Dunlo unfortunately finds the staircase slice of pizza, so he does have to dig this bow out of a floor drop somewhere, which you'd rather just see it sitting in a staircase.
Yeah, but at least he knows that it's going to end up being here. And Chad's making some really good points. I mean, Latebit has... Well, look at that clip. What a great clip. Latebit has no cash, has been using those arrows pretty judiciously earlier, and now it's time to ramp that back and see what you can hold on to. Right? You're not going to get the combat benefit.
186 rupees on keys is now kind of looking maybe a little hairy at this point.
It only would have felt worse. Oh, I don't know if that was intentional. It only would have felt worse if he had picked up the any key in 6 as well.
Yeah, Chad also pointing out that Latebit wants to see the wand. I mean, wand's only going to speed him up at this point. He would go pick that up in a heartbeat if he finds that. It also helps save on arrows by using the wand.
Sure does. All right, we know where Zelda is. Now we just got to go find Ganon. All right, we can mark that down, that pushed, and come back at a later point.
Yeah, just Dunlo gets a lucky clock here, but this is not a room I'm clearing.
No.
Yeah, you gotta push through this room and come back to this at a later time. This is just too much time invested for a pretty small probability that this is going to drop something, especially an important item or a major item.
I mean, there's a bunch of segments in there. He doesn't have the map quite yet, so this is going to be a little jarring. That is the Triforce room, I believe, that he was just in there, and so he may end up grabbing that and moving on. I mean, we'll see what that ends up looking like, I suppose. He's gonna have to clear this room regardless in order to go to the left.
Yeah, this might be the right play because he had to get through the staircase, but it's so tough without seeing the map and being this late into a seed and still trying to dig the bow out. Great offensive bomb though. I love that.
Yeah, very, very smooth. Now, I mean, there is a small advantage too over on Dunlow's side because he has the book. He can benefit from the hints in 9, something that latebit cannot do. But I don't think that 9's going to be so big that that's going to hold him up for that long. But Triforce out of 3 for MrDunlo. He's going to have to dip back in to get that bow.
Yeah, he's got the hint, so he knows he's got to go back in there. Refilling your health here is probably good because once you pick this up, you're going to up A and save so you can go back to level 1 or level 2, which is close to start. So having full hearts to clear this 3 out, it's definitely the right move in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. And he knows where the Triforce is in 7, and he's close to 7. And I would think that would be our next stop after this. Then go to 1 to get the last Triforce because it's small and you have an idea. You've seen half the level anyways. That's probably the path he's going to have to take once he finds that bow.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, the Triforce 2 rooms into 7. I don't remember 4 was close to 7 or not.
4 is no. 4 was close to 2. 4 was up by the grave.
That's right. Yeah, so it's definitely 1 is his next play after 7.
Killing a bunch of Paul's voice and sitting there hoping to go ahead and get some fibers off them.
Gets the map. Probably is making a disgusted face right now. I've seen so much of this map except for the rooms that I need to be in.
Now, this is one of those ones where in 9, the map is somewhere, right? We don't know where the map is for 9. Haven't seen it. It's going to be a little bit messy traversing things. You got to either gamble on stairs or hope that you're putting bombs down and getting the right bomb holes.
Yeah, latebit's probably seen 45% of this 9. He's in a nice new area here. Oh, I think I might have heard a roar. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. You love seeing that spawn.
Oh yeah, that's a nice easy one. Get the stun lock. Yep. Yeah, MrDunlo has the bow, but it might be a little too late. But we'll see. No path to Zelda yet, so not definitive.
Yep, he's got to get the giddy up on his cleanup here. As latebit is now just looking for a path to the lady that we know is in E1 due to that nice compass pickup early.
Sure, there was a fingers crossed hope right there that we were going to go see Zelda on the other side of the door, even though we knew that she was not going to be there. But you got
sometimes you never know, man. The game can do. Oh, we've seen Zelda's room though. Nice consolation prize. To quote Druis, Zelda is not in her room, folks. And we could be seeing a magical staircase to Zelda at this point. We might need to be clearing more staircases out, which gives Dunlo, all Dunlo has to do is take 2 correct stairs to get to Ganon and over to Zelda, and he's right back in this thing, and we've seen stranger things happen before.
That's true. 9 does 9 things, as it were.
Especially without a map, and I think I'm definitely clearing rooms, trying to find the map on my way to find her.
Now, latebit is out of money at this point, so any combat challenges that he's going to start running into are going to be just that, challenges. Oof.
Yeah, he's getting pretty close to running out of bombs, too.
Yeah, resource management is tough. I would be, even knowing that it's going to be a little bit messy over in the combat side without being able to spend those rupees on silver arrows and having a wood sword. Regardless of all of that, I'd be clearing every single room I came across now, hoping for that map.
Yeah, you're hoping for maps, maybe build a count, get you another 4 bombs on top of it. You really got to manage your resources at this point. Who Dunlo trying the bomb force, but missed on that first one, which he won't have any problems. You know, he's got 192 arrows. He's got 8 bombs right now, so he's going to go into 9 loaded. It's just, does he have enough time on the clock to get this thing done?
Well, he does get the compass now, so he knows he's only 2 rooms away from the Triforce. And then it's a hop, skip, and jump into 9, so could be viable. There's that boomerang coming in handy. That lovely magical boomerang.
I know. And Dunlow's got a potion, so I know he's close to where 9 is, but he might up a save to get closer quicker. It'll be interesting to see what he does.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's an option. I mean, you can't really do an easy movement from left to right when you're on that screen there. Right to left being a different story, but wow, we are really having a hard time finding where Zelda is over at 9.
And getting a bomb drop off of these guys. He's seen plenty of bomb droppers, just nobody willing to give it up.
Oh, that's got to be annoying when all you have is the wood sword. You can't spend money on the silver arrows. Oh, and you got the bomb. That's good. But to just sit there and get bopped by those bubbles and know that you're basically just stuck.
Yeah, that's a really good bomb. He's seen the whole bottom part of this dungeon. It's this is a tricky 9. This is no easy 9 here.
On the other hand, MrDunlo is just chewing through rupees right now, going ahead and trying to find his way through these rooms. But that's absolutely going to move him a lot faster.
Yeah, silver arrows, white sword, 193. You know, this is a good little advantage on Dunlow's side, picking up all that extra combat upgrades. To answer a question in chat, yes, we have the pig down on latebit side. Having a little trouble finding the path to the lady. MrDunlo just entered, so he should be finding. Again, it wasn't too tough to find.
Ganon wasn't too bad, and the compass wasn't a hard one to find either while looking through, while looking around. So, I mean, this is MrDunlo's got some options here.
A little Wi-Fi in that room, being there at the same time. This is again could be anybody's race, but this might be a new staircase for latebit, which might get him into the area he wants to be.
Definitely getting closer to it. There's the compass for MrDunlo.
Oh, spends his last arrow and doesn't get any rupees in return. That's such a bummer, especially when you're killing Pole's voice, who are pretty close to being automatic on returning your arrow money.
Yep, and now we're limited to just the wood sword, and if we want to go down, we got to kill him with the wood sword in a room with bubbles, no other alternatives. It's an absolute mess.
Dunlo trying for another bomb force here. Just a great management on his resources here. Back up to his 10 bombs. This thing's getting closer and closer by the second.
Oof. Not able to bomb up. Maybe this is a push block here, but right now it looks like bombs are going to become a limiting factor very, very quickly for latebit. Not a push block. Oof. Time to gamble. Where's that go?
There's the last bomb. latebit's just running out of resources left and right. Thankfully he's had this buffer of a lead that's kind of afforded him to be able to kind of run into these situations. But he's going to start needing to find the path here, where Dunlow's going to really catch up to him.
And there's our path.
And there's the pop. Ladies and gentlemen, please slam your GGs in the chat for a latebit with a time of 1:17:20.
G's to latebit. We're gonna go see if we can't get him into the commentary booth. Very close race there at the very end. Very, very close. And we got Mr. Dunlo looking to finish it out.
Yeah, you're this close in 9, and for the seeding purposes, you want to get a close loss to help your seeding out, especially if you're looking to get into that 3-win big bracket. So I would definitely be finishing this one out too. He's got everything he needs. He just needs to put it together, and he's going to be another 3 to 8 minutes at most in this. And another old man bomb force. He's been loving beating up the old man lately.
Well, we got that. We got to see what the hint was now on Mr. Dunlow's side, which is always nice. It would have been interesting to have something a little bit friendlier, about where the beast was or where the kidnapped was, but can still make this one work. Alrighty, here, let's see. There we go. And we have Mr. Dunlo right there at the Ganon fight.
Yep, we got the wood sword, so we're a nice couple more hits away. Let's see how he does finding this path to Zelda. Again, he knows where she is, but we saw latebit just not be able to find. Latebit, I just put in chat, hey, you want to come and talk some Limp Bizkit? He says we need to have a talk. I don't think he was very pleased with my role on this, but yeah, Mr. Dunlo now just looking for that correct path to find the lady, and we will be joined by latebit here momentarily. Latebit, welcome in, and GG's, and slight apologies for the role this evening.
We need to have a talk. Hold up, Stalfos. Is just anything you could do to make me waste time with that wood sword, you did it.
Well, if you look at the screen here, there was a free white sword on the floor in 8 that you could have had.
Yeah, but then I'd had to spend time in 8. Nobody wants to do that.
That's true. It was a very, I think 8, what we were calling the Technodrome. It looked like just a big giant battle bot. But yeah, GG's, man. You got the free silvers after buying the wood arrows, but really the finding 3 first was kind of what put you in the lead here.
Yeah, I was actually going to do 8. I said nobody wants to do that, but I was going to do 8 after 5, and I was like, well, there's some PB spots on the way. Maybe I'll find 3 there. And of course, first push was 3, so 3 before 8 any day of the week.
Totally. We know on Dunlo's side, Dunlo found the book in 7, so he got the hint that the bow was push blocked. So he got that, though, a little bit after you had already picked up the bow. So any kind of time, mitigated from getting that hint, it really wasn't his favor tonight.
Nope. Hashtag never 7.
Alright, we see Mr. Dunlo following the same path you did, going into this room, hoping it pushes, hoping it bombs. Was a little rough. Your resource management towards the end in 9 had us all on the edge of our seats. Like, you were down to 1 bomb in that room there. You ran out of rupees a handful of times. Couldn't use the silver arrows for combat. It was getting concerning.
Yeah, there was a little bit of clinching on this side too, I assure you. I came in with a good amount of rupees and then spent like 75% of them in that first lag room, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that.
How many rupees do you think you spent on keys tonight?
Keys, I bought 2 of the expensive ones. It was like 186, I think.
Yeah.
Money was no object in this seat.
I did give you a very large, medium, and smalls today. So yeah, money was really no problem. But by the time that you had spent it all and got into 9, you could have used a couple more bucks for those silvers.
And incidentally, Mr. Dunlo finishing up over there as well. with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 5 seconds. And I believe they are joining us now. GG's, Mr. Dunlo.
What's up, folks?
Yo, GG.
Hey, GG, late bit. This will be fun to watch back because I played this one really weird. I can't imagine we took the same path to much of a degree. I don't know what I was doing out there.
No, it got weird very early on when I started seeing wizards on the overall. It's like, oh god.
I'll tell you how.
for sure.
I'll tell you how weird it was. Latebit's first Triforce was 7, and Mr. Dunlo's was 8, and they were both at about 45 minutes in.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I did at least 2 dumb things, and one of them I think really couldn't have hurt at all. The first dumb thing I did was I found the power bracelet kind of early, but then when I went back to get the red ring, I scooted right by the spot that ended up being level 3. But I don't know if that would have mattered too much because the enemies were like Pole's voice and the map was dumb, and so I don't even know if I would have found the bow super early. And then the other dumb thing I did is I literally didn't see the recorder chilling out with that Goma. I guess he was like cycling on top of him, or maybe everyone else could see it and I was just dumb. I went back there when I was in Go mode and I was like, oh snap, there's a recorder there.
Yeah, the color palette of that dungeon, the color palette of the Goma, and the color palette of the recorder just kind of camouflaged it. We were like, was that the recorder there under the Goma? And then you up-aid and reset out of that, and it was just kind of. I mean, thankfully, it really didn't matter, but it really would have helped traverse the overworld a little bit quicker.
I guess like 45 minutes later, can't flute anywhere if you don't have a Triforce. So yeah, that was the strategy. I wasn't going to get Triforces because I didn't have the flute. Can I say that? Does that sound like I'm big braining the thing? But yeah, I don't know, man. I didn't feel like I played that bad. It looks like it was a pretty close race. I got a little twisted around in level 9 because it looked like a required stair over to Ganon. And then I broke logic at least twice to get over there with like a ladder clip and a reverse clip through the little turnstile. So I don't know how the game wanted you to get there, but these staircases, man, like, and the map is a myth. Like the maps aren't real. I don't know, maybe Late Bit got it, but I don't think maps are real.
No, I didn't get that one. It's hanging out somewhere.
Yeah, so someone can run some data to prove there was maps in there. I know we can. It's a race ROM, but yeah, I don't know. Like it's whatever. Yeah, I thought I played pretty well, man. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything interesting or chat worthy in the seed in general, but I had a good time. It was a good race.
Maybe we'll get Kathy to run this one tonight, and he can go pick up the map for us and post it in the Discord. But I just want to tell you guys, both of you played absolutely amazing. You guys were doing just stuff left and right that we were just like, these 2 guys know what they're doing. We're using advanced strats. We're beating up the old man to make counts. We're doing candle boosts. You guys pulled out every single trick and stop that you could, and couldn't have put on a better show tonight for everybody.
Yeah, we were saying earlier on, it was like watching a masterclass of Z1R. Seeing the 2 of you going at it on both sides of the screen here.
Yeah, that's what it takes now. The skill floor has raised tremendously, so you've got to learn every little thing you can.
Yeah, I'll echo that. It's wild out there. Like I don't know, man. Like I'm supposed to be retired. Like I retired a couple months ago, and years ago when I started, you could just like retire and not play the game, and you'd come back and you'd see, people killing Gleox in push block rooms and stuff that like the knowledge has just expanded, and it's a testament to the community and how cool everybody is, and we all just work together and improve at the game, and it's a treat to get to do this. So it's whatever. Like the wheel's gonna spin. We're gonna play. I mean, the question. What's the old stock question? Like late bit, how do you feel about being 2-1? Dunlo, how do you feel about being 1-2? The answer is the wheel's gonna spin, and we're all gonna play someone else that knows how to play the game. So, yeah, it's just an absolute pleasure to be able to do this crazy little hobby and play Nintendo. Fun stuff, man.
Totally agree.
I don't think it could be said any better. We do have one question though, Dunlo, from the chat about leaving 7 without the try, just with it being 2 rooms in and then going out and looking for 3.
So I felt like at that point I had slowed down and gotten a little lackadaisical, and I knew the hint shop was up there. Then I got the hint for 3, and my thinking was like heading toward level 9, Link could like get a little cardio in and like walk like a total of 6 extra screens and go up and down the ladder. So I thought it would be good for the game overall. Nah, I'm kidding. I just totally forgot I hadn't grabbed it already. Yeah, that was a dumb move that did cause. I mean, I would have been salty about that if I lost by like 12 seconds. Ended up being inconsequential. I don't know. My plan was to at least not get 1 of 6, 7, or 8, and I knew I had 2 and 4 left behind. But I just these flags are weird because if I have an item and I haven't seen 9 and I die and it's kind of hard and I know there's a red ring as a white sword item, I'm not going to hang around, but then it stinks to walk back over there. So it looks dumb to not pick up 2 and 4, but when you don't have a bow, you just got to keep going, Yeah,
there's a lot of time invested in 2, between both of you guys. And that kind of reminds me about picking up that red ring late bit, man. You could have just gone straight there and got it, but you chose to dig a little bit of 7 and try to that one whiz robe screen to the right of the open cave of the fairy. You were like playing on that screen too, and we were like, just go get the red ring, man.
No, I refused to die to that fiery squad. I was like, nope, you guys are not getting in my way.
I refused to die to the wizards in the southwest corner. They never killed me because I pushed the reset button lightning fast. So that's how I avoided death. So shout out for you for taking the noble way. I just started over and acted like it never happened with those guys.
Hey, it didn't register on your death count, so if it doesn't register, it didn't happen, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No evidence.
Yeah, nobody can prove it. Yeah.
Well, you guys got any parting words for us here this evening on this seed or the tournament in general?
Not really. 2-1 feels good. I said this last week. This is my first non-rookie Rumble tournament, so I set my expectations pretty low. So 2-1 feels pretty darn good.
Yeah, dude. Shout out, man. Like, you've been playing the game and you've earned it. That's how you do it. You show up, keep racing. If there's somebody who doesn't play the game and thinks this looks cool, it's easier than you think it would be to start doing what we do out here. Join the Z1R Discord, and yeah, that's how it gets done. If there's any rookies listening to this, like, the Rookie Rumble is a good tournament, man. Like, there's good players in there, so just step up, do the real one, and yeah, it's awesome. The more people, the better. Come on in, let's keep doing this thing. But yeah, GG's late bit. That's cool. When honestly, like, in my very zen state, you deserve to win. It's cool when like the work and the engagement pays off. And yeah, shout out, man. Good win. Good race. Fun times.
I would have absolute regrets if I didn't, get you guys in. I hope you guys go back and watch this, but I need to know one of the following 4 things. What was the last cassette you bought? What was the first CD you bought? What was the first DVD you bought? Or what was the first movie you saw in a theater?
First movie I saw in a theater was Ninja Turtles 2.
Let's go.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
first one I recall is Home Alone, but I think my parents might have drugged me to The Land Before Time prior to that. And I remember just crying heavily at that movie, like tragic ending. Like I won't spoil it. My first CD, I bought two on the same day. I bought Dookie by Green Day, and I bought the full album, Whoop, There It Is by Tag Team. One of those I'd probably never listened to all the way through, and one of them I bought 6 copies of and replaced 1,000 times since then. Yeah, I'm a big Tag Team fan. Yeah,
I was gonna say, do we get points for guessing which is which?
probably a little easy. Probably a little easy, man. My last cassette. So my son has started collecting physical media. He's an old soul, so if he counts, I think the last one we picked up was some Bad Religion album that we got from like Facebook Marketplace or a used store or something like that. So he's got good taste.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
No idea what the first DVD was. I was right-clicking and saving stuff in that era, so it all runs together. Legally, of course.
We're not talking about that. We've already put out the FBI warning that we are not doing any kind of things like that.
Yeah, no sailing the seas here.
No downloading cars. Got it.
Well, I think that's going to go ahead and bring us to the conclusion of our evening. So glad that you guys have all been here to check out this late night matchup between now 1 and 2 MrDunlo and 2 and 1 latebit. Neo, you got any parting words for us?
I have nothing other than the thank yous that we want to make sure we say every time. First off, to both you runners for running and allowing the restream, coming in and talking to us afterwards, doing all of this for the sake of the community, getting an opportunity to check it out. Thank you so much. To SpeedGaming for hosting this, to Malkier for being our tracker for the evening, for all the viewers out there for coming by and supporting this. By the way, I put a link to the Z1R wiki into the chat. Check that out. It'll give you more information about the game and get you involved eventually over to where our Discord is and all those pieces. And the last part, thank you, Rex, for doing commentary with me this evening.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I don't know if people out there know, but you and I are going to race on Friday. And
we sure are.
We just want to make sure the community knows that even though we're pretty big rivals, we've had some pretty good competitions in some tournaments, that we are also really great friends, and getting to do comms with you, like Dunlo said, is just an absolute treat.
Yeah, absolutely. First time doing it, certainly not our last.
Definitely not. We're going to load this thing up again next week sometime.
Well, with that being said, again, thank yous out to everybody. Everyone out there who's still watching, have a fantastic rest of the evening, and enjoy. Look forward to some more Z1R activity upcoming, and be sure to tune into that Friday race. Thank you all, and good night.
Yep, and big shout out to Malkier once again, and so long, and thanks for all the rupees.